man? What's good? What's poppin', Panther Nation? What's good with the people? Panther Nation, what's good with y'all? Glorious victory. You know what, Dave? I forgot. I'm slipping. I forgot to play Sweet Caroline. My bad. We might come back to it when I share my screen. But I wasn't ready. Dave. So
It's
I don't
okay.
have.
We ain't
I don't
played it
have
in a
Sweet
long
Caroline.
time. We want to keep it
We
a
ain't,
buck.
I
We
know.
ain't
I forgot. I
no,
forgot how much.
But the thing is, nah. It's deeper than that, though. It's deeper than that, bro. It ain't that you forgot. We just haven't played it. I think the last time we played it was during a preseason game.
No, I
We
think
might
I
have played
played
it
it.
during the season.
I played it a couple times during the season, but I
No,
forgot. I forgot. It's been a
we're
minute.
gonna have
It's
to
been a
check.
minute.
We're gonna have to check the tape. I don't think we
We
played
gotta
that
check the
often.
film. We
Yeah,
gotta
we gotta
check the
check the
film.
tape.
I forgot, but I should have had Sweet Caroline on deck. My bad. But
And you know
anyway,
what? Truth be told, Marcus, I agree. But I don't think we're here for that discussion today.
fair enough.
There's tracks that need to be out the paint, and this is probably one of them. But we're not. I'm not. But I tolerate it because I know what the other option is. We don't exactly have the dope fight song, so
Facts. Okay, so let's get into it. Folks. Panther Nation, man, what a glorious weekend! Glorious football weekend. Glorious sports weekend for any fan of the. I mean, if you were a Hornets fan, a Panthers fan, a UNC basketball fan, that's not me, but if you are, I'm a Duke fan. It was a glorious weekend for us too. A&T football. I mean, wherever you want it, it was dubs all over the place for the Carolinas. And for that, Dave, I am thankful. But before we get into that, Dave, how was your weekend, B?
it was a good weekend, man. It was pretty chill. I've been in Japanese RPG mode, and today is the 20th anniversary of the release of the Xbox. So happy birthday to Xbox. You know what I'm saying? They released Halo multiplayer today. So it was pretty dope. But overall, it was a pretty good weekend, man. It was pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? I had a long weekend. You know what I'm saying? I've been off. I had to go back to work today. I've been off since Thursday. So it's pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. Good weekend for me. I didn't do much. I started putting my Christmas stuff up, Dave. Never too early. Got the Christmas tree up. Started putting my stuff outside. I got a couple of wreaths on the windows. It's go time, Dave. It's go time.
Dog, I literally just threw away the pumpkin last week, so it puts into perspective how far behind I am. Like I'm
Yeah,
not, I'm not, like we ain't like Santa has started making an appearance. Like Santa Claus has already started putting in the work, but eventually I'm going to tell my son the reality.
Yeah,
he'll get the realities quick. Yeah, I got to let him know that Santa Claus ain't no dude that came down from the chimney. Santa Claus has been here every single day, and you're looking at him.
Facts.
Santa let your Dave. Kids know. Now don't Santa tell Dave. Now, granted, don't be out here telling your kids. Don't be telling these other kids that believe in Santa Claus.
But that's they just how need I was to have when I was a kid. Aware. When I was a kid, I was the one telling. I was that kid telling other kids that Santa wasn't real. So my bad for all the people's dreams I've ruined in the past. Yeah. But Santa Can might be back. Santa Can might be back in the building, Dave.
He might be.
He might make another appearance. It's some good things happening in Charlotte, bro. Good things happening. Dave, let's just talk about it, man. Let's talk. I know we got a lot to talk about with the game, but let's just talk about. I mean, it's glorious to see Panthers Twitter's happy. Everybody's happy in the Carolinas right now. Like you go outside, you got one jerseys, you got people just frolicking and got smiles on their faces. It's been a long time since it's been like this, Dave. Let's just talk about that. Talk about what's going on from your perspective, seeing everybody happy and the Carolinas in the win column again.
I will say, like, the town hall was very happy, very happy. The most peaceful Panthers town hall that I've had since I've been jumping into town hall. So it was very peaceful, which was good. Overall, from up here, living in New England, they're shocked. They don't, they're just shocked. They don't know what to make of it right now. But I said, don't worry, I know exactly what to make of it. So it's gonna be good. It's been great to see Panthers 20 in a happy state. Like I don't think we've been this happy in a while. I don't think we've been this happy since Cam been on the roster the first time.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute. It's good things happening right now. I don't know if Positive Shy gonna come off IR just yet. I think he need to see a couple more games. But I'm real talk, and I said this on the Rob Brown show. on ESPN Upstate a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Rob Brown. We have a spot on ESPN Upstate every Thursday at 1:00. And I said it on his show last week. I said, I really don't care how the rest of the season goes. Everything else from here on out is a bonus. Like, I'm happy. I'm more happy for Cam Newton right now than I am for the Panthers as a whole. Like, the W's and everything, all the energy he brought back, that's cool. We're going to get some victories. But I'm happy for Cam right now, and I'm happy for the organization. So again, to me, I was not expecting us to make the playoffs coming into the season, regardless who the quarterback was. I was expecting us to make a moderate improvement, and we've done that. We're starting to do that now. Now that Cam is here, and everything from here on out is a bonus. Like, we make the playoffs, it's a bonus for me. So I'm cool. I'm happy, Dave. I'm good.
Now, Rashad,
go ahead.
I'm not completely there. Shout out to Bryson for the super chat. Amazing performance all while. Yeah, we'll get into that later, man. I won't say cancer, but I'll just say he had no energy for the rest of the team. But for me, my thing is this. I've said it for weeks that this defense is playoff ready. And I think we got 7 more games to figure out whether or not this offense is. And if the offense appears to be, sorry, fam, I'm not built that way. If we make the playoffs, I want to go far.
I agree. But Dave, I'm talking about my expectations, though. Expectations.
Yeah, but the thing is,
what happens
the thing is, the expectations beginning of the season was we could make the playoffs if Sam is average Sam. No, I said this.
Not for me.
Us going.
That's your expectation.
Yeah, I had us going 8-9 because I thought the defense was going to be much better this year. Like, I thought the defense was going to take a big jump this year, and they have. So I felt like if our defense make the jump like I expected, and Sam just be average Sam, we probably could make the playoffs, catch a wild card. And we were in it. We were game out before the signing of Cam. It just didn't look like we had a chance the way the offense was playing. But with Cam here, the expectations have shifted. Like, the expectations have changed. With the schedule coming up, I looked at the standings earlier today.
I got it all here. Standings look. We'll talk about it. Don't get too far ahead of us. Yeah. We getting there. We getting there.
Yeah. So for me, I think we could do something with this. Like, I think if Cam, grows within the playbook, keeps it rolling, I think we can see something magical on this one.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy right now. It's good. And Dave, again, like Dave, he says his expectations have changed. Mine have not. I'm still. And listen, this is just my personality, bro. Like, I watch with guarded optimism, right? I don't like to jump out the window with these crazy ass predictions. That's not me. Like, I like to I take things as they come. And if I see an opportunity to make a prediction, I'll make a prediction, and oftentimes I'm right because I'm guarded. I don't really jump out the window and say, yo, like, oh, we're going to make the playoff. That's not me, yo. You're not going to get that from me. It's guarded optimism.
I know we have a lot of viewers since the last time, due to the Cam signing. So I guess I have time to tell this story. I've told this story before in the show. So back in the 2015 season, prior to the season, when Kelvin Benjamin got injured and he was out for the season, everybody else in our GroupMe chat, prior to this podcast existing, everybody else in the GroupMe chat was in a panic, saying, we're not going to do nothing without Kelvin. We're not that good. And I said, nah, fam. I think we still going to make the playoffs. I think we're going to make some damage. And then 15-1 and pretty much a couple plays from winning the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, no, and Dave, I second that. Dave was absolutely correct. This is the OG GroupMe. Like, this is before the PNP GroupMe. Shout out to Aspen, shout out to Austin, shout out to DiRuggiero. This is those guys. Leah, everybody that was in that group chat. That's the OG group chat. So he's right. He was confident in that, but that's just not me. That's not me. But all right. So Dave, let's go ahead.
I want them to understand that there is a positive Dave. There's a positive Dave in these streets. It's just you got to show me enough. Like, I didn't think Kelvin moved the needle as much as everybody else did. That was just me at the time.
Fair enough. All right, let's jump into this day. Oh, let me stop that. Let me run that back. All right, here we go. So, real quick, I gotta I announced this on Twitter. If you're not following us on Twitter, make sure you go follow us at Panther Nation PC. But I made this announcement earlier. You guys, you don't have to wait until Sunday to get yourself a Cam jersey from Team Store. I went today. I got one. I have it on right now. I went to this Team Store. There are Cam Newton jerseys available. However, right now there are only extra larges and 2 extra larges, double XL. Okay, so it's big folk season, big boy season. Y'all, it's y'all season.
What sizes are there, sir?
XL and 2XL in all colors.
All right, I need to go ahead
in all colors.
I might need to
they
hit that
are available.
Up. I need my.
I'll go over there. I will go over there for you for a nominal fee, and pick you up some. If you want me to go pick you up a Cam Newton jersey, go there before the game. Do not wait on Sunday, or don't wait until Sunday, because I'm telling y'all that line is going to be stupid long, and you will not have a Cam Newton jersey.
I'm
go there today. The hours are on the right there on the screen. Go over there, get you one, and make it happen.
Or you can just order. You just go to the internet.
Nope. Try it.
Are you serious?
Try it.
I'm going to the team. Dave. I'm going to the Team Store right now.
Try it. You won't see not near no Cam jersey.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
No,
I'm telling you. And I checked. I'm telling you, Dave. And
there it is right here. There's a women one.
Again, you're not going to find a men's jersey, Dave. Trust me. I checked already before I went to the store. You're not going to get you a Cam Newton jersey. You have to get it from the Team Store, and you will not get one if you wait until Sunday. They will be gone. But like the first 50 people will snatch those Cam Newton jerseys up. All right. Shout out to Kyle Hamilton. I'll be there. I got an announcement about this. Give me a second. We'll be out there. I'm going to be in section 2 something. I can't remember. It was going to be section 2 something.
But they got the Bridgewater jersey if you want it for $24.99.
Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, get it before Sunday. I will go there for you for a nominal fee. Hit me in the inbox at Panther Nation PC. Buy me a beer on Sunday, and I might go over there and copy one. And you know, we'll call it even.
All right. So what I'm going to need from you, sir?
I can't go there tomorrow. I can't go there tomorrow. I gotta go Wednesday.
They said they're out of stock anyway. So it's Cam Newton men's jerseys are currently out of stock.
Online, I'm telling you, I went today, Dave. I was just there today. That is a picture from today. There are extra larges and double XL larges in stock right now. That's all that's available. I'm telling you, go get one now, or I can go there on Wednesday and pick one up. But come Sunday, them joints will be gone. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. I'm just giving y'all the fair warning. I'm telling y'all the fair warning.
I'm gonna shoot you a text, Rashad. We're gonna figure this out.
I'll go there Wednesday.
I think it'll be gone by Wednesday, but we'll see.
Could be, because I did send out the PSA on Twitter, so I might have ruined it for you, Dave. But
it's all right. I mean, I got a 4X right here, bro. I can roll with the 4X. I mean,
yep.
It still fits.
And they do run a little bit big, so you can probably get one down and they'll fit.
Now I probably can get a 2X and get away with it.
But larges. There's no larges, no mediums, no smalls. That's it. It's a wrap.
It's for the big people, like
big
me.
People season. Big people, this is y'all season. Y'all got to capitalize. All right, let's move on. All right, so if you're new here, man, we appreciate it. We got a lot of new subs, and we appreciate it. We thank you so much. And in lieu of that, we're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. We're getting so close, and I want to get there by the end of the year. So if we can get there by the end of the year, I'm giving away a signed Cam Newton mini helmet in honor of Cam Newton helping us get to 15K. Because without him, our progress is a lot slower. We got a huge boost with the interviews and all that stuff, and just the coverage of Cam Newton coming back. So we're turning around and giving it right back to y'all. Signed Cam Newton mini helmet, and I might have an extra one. I'm trying to get my hands on an 8x10 that I can give away too. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that or not. But we'll see. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we got to do it before December 31st. Let's make that thing happen, okay? Make that thing happen ASAP, okay? Get us up. Make sure you share it with your friends. Tell a friend to tell a friend. PNP where it's at. And again, no disrespect to my other content creators, but there is nobody that does it like PNP. We are the premier content creators on YouTube right now. It just doesn't get any better than PNP. So hit that subscribe button for your boys. We appreciate it. All right, let's move on. Again, at Panther Nation PC on most socials. Search for it. You'll find us. And I haven't done this in a long time, Dave. This is the current subscriber count. Okay, right now, Dave, as we speak, we are 1,662 subscribers away from 15K. And we gained like 1,000 subscribers in a day with the Cam Newton situation. So you can't tell me it's not possible for us to get there by December 31st. We got like 6-7 weeks to get there. Let's make this thing happen. Let's hit the subscribe button, pound that joint, keep pounding the subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get this algorithm to get there for us. And listen, I like to give it back. Okay, y'all. The subs come in, I give it right back. The longtime listeners know, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it. Vouch for us in the chat. Hella giveaways. I've given away mad stuff on this podcast. We've given
Christian
away
McCaffrey jerseys, like
Christian McCaffrey jerseys, Luke Kuechly jerseys, all kind of. I don't even remember all the stuff we've given away, but we've given away hella stuff. So hit that subscribe button because we turn around and give it right back to y'all, man. Dave and I don't do this for the money. We give it right back to y'all. All the money that comes in, we can give some of it back. All right. So we're not doing it for the money. We're just doing it for the love of the Panthers. All right. So hit that subscribe button for your boys. Again, follow us on Twitter as well. We a little bit of ways from 2000 on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. So hit the subscribe button on all socials for your boys. All right. Now, Patreon members. Shout out to, we got a couple new Patreon members. This is where you can support us. Super chats are great. They're great, but keep in mind, Google takes about 40% of that money when you drop a super chat. We appreciate it because we get some of it, but you also give money to Google. So you can go to patreon.com/PantherNationPC and subscribe there. You can join as low as $3 a month. And there's subscription levels from there. So you can join from $10 and $25 as well. And shout out to the free agents. We got a couple of new free agents I got to shout out. Shout out to Jonathan, shout out to Penny, and shout out to Carlton Davis. They joined up this weekend, so we appreciate those joining you guys joining Patreon. And shout out to the franchise players. We got a couple of new franchise guys. Aspen, shout out to Aspen. She upgraded her membership from free agent to the franchise, so we appreciate that. And Enjoy GFX. I'm assuming that's Enjoy Graphics. He also joined. He or she joined this weekend as well, so we appreciate that. So shout out to all the franchise players in the game right now. And shout out to the MVPs. We added 2 new MVPs. Shout out to Kyle Hampton, who just dropped a super chat in here not too long ago. Still giving to your boys. So we appreciate that.
Appreciate it, boss.
And signed up as an MVP. So we definitely appreciate that. And Josh Pruitt, shout out to you guys. And again, MVP members, there's a monthly MVP giveaway. They're going to get a giveaway. They're going to be giveaway winners no matter what. And guess what? This month's giveaway is, Dave, it's going to be a signed Christian McCaffrey mini helmet. I'm booking it right now. My MVP winners, my MVP winner for this month will be a signed Christian McCaffrey mini helmet, which is sitting right over there. Okay. All right. So listen, y'all give it, we give it back. All right. That being said, let's move on. Again, appreciate y'all support. Patreon members. Okay, Dave. Let's talk about it. Dave. Matt Rhule's press conference today. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about. A couple things that I noted from this game, from this press conference. One thing he said was that, fam, Cam Newton is going to take most of the first team reps. Important.
We knew that.
Important. Cam, they want Cam Newton to start next week or this week, excuse me. It just depends on how well he can grasp the system and get up to speed. All right. So there's all these packages they got to install. And it just depends how if he can pick it up, which it should be a problem. But go ahead, Dave.
Let's stop right there because we got a question. How do you become MVP? So you need to go to patreon.com/PantherNationPC, and then there's 3 tiers. There's free agent, there's franchise, and then there's MVP. So you pick the MVP. So free agent is $3, franchise is $10 a month, MVP is $25 a month. Simple.
Correct.
I could put the banner up for a little while for you too. So if you guys
throw that banner up, Dave.
Let me throw that banner up. I think.
All right.
I don't see it anymore, but
I might have deleted it. But you
delete all these banners, man.
I was cleaning it up. But I created one real quick. All right. So again, Cam is going to get most of the first team reps, which is not surprising. He's going to get a chance to go out there and start, obviously, as he should start on Sunday. He would be a fool to not let Cam Newton come out there in that first drive in the return to Bank of America Stadium. So we expect Cam to get out there and play. I do expect PJ to play a little bit. I think PJ is going to play a little bit, just given the scenarios. That's just me. I think he earned that right, but we'll talk about PJ a little bit later. But shout out to Cam. We'll get the opportunity. Now, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
I think if Cam knows enough, Cam's going to start. I don't think it's going to be.
He's going to start regardless.
Yeah, no, my point is, I think there ain't going to be no PJ spill. Is my point. Like, I don't anticipate that. I think he's going to get all the like. He's still trying to learn the playbook, and that's cool. But if they make the decision to start him, I anticipate he's going to play the full game. The only way we see PJ is if it's a blowout. That's just my opinion on it, though.
Yeah, no, I disagree. I think PJ, you're going to see PJ. I think he's earned a little bit of that right to play. Again, I think you may just see the opposite, right? How we saw Cam come in for a couple of snaps this week against the Cardinals. I think you'll see the opposite of that with PJ. Just my opinion. No facts to that. I just think Cam doesn't know everything just yet. And if there's a situation where they want to try something, I think PJ will come in because he knows the entire system. Just my opinion. Again, no facts to that. I'm just saying that. Real quick, another thing. Did you listen to this, Dave?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. So another small nuance. Again, sometimes I overreact and I hear things. I listen and I overanalyze a little bit. But Dave, did you happen to hear Matt Rhule talking about the other players' press conferences? He talked about Cam Newton's press conference. He talked about Christian McCaffrey's press conferences, meaning he's listening to those press conferences.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is he listening for?
I mean, it's you know what else he also listens? You know what else he also pays attention to?
Yeah, the over-unders. Yeah, I know.
Betting lines.
Yeah,
the betting lines.
I know.
Yo, Matt is out here. Yo, man, when he said the 10.5 points, it hasn't been 10.5 in a couple of days. So he probably checks it like after the game. Like once the game's over, he looks at what it opens at. Because I believe the Panthers and Cardinals opened at 10.5.
It opened at 10. It opened at 10. It opened at 10, yeah. Not 10.5.
Yeah. So
but yeah, so Matt, just for and we brought this up on the round table. We talked about how has the Twitter and the us as PNP, have we impacted the decision to bring in Cam? And I think the answer is yes, even though if it's a small little portion, because this dude is listening. He listens to everything. He listens to everything. So the dude's ears to the street. And they're saying that's normal. Okay, that could be normal. But I don't recall anybody else coming out there and say, I listened to what so-and-so said. And, I heard what Cam, like, I've never heard him reference anybody else's press conferences is what I'm saying. Maybe it's just me. And I listen to all the press conferences.
And the thing is, typically he gets the questions from the media about what other people have said, but it looks like, nah, man, he out here listening to these joints. And I guess he wanted to put some level of emphasis, let folks know that he has been this week. I don't think it just started this week. You know what I'm saying? I think he's always been doing it, but I don't think he's always brought it up. I think it might have been a situation where, he might have been trying to force the media to bring it up.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that Matt's not prepared. Like, I know we give Matt heat, but I give the dude's a heck. The dude rejuvenated programs that were dead. Like Tepper at one point was supposed to be a dead program, right? So like, I give him credit for where he came from that standpoint. So I mean, he earned his chops as a head coach, like, because he's coached for a long time. So I'm not shocked that he's not.
Okay. I'm overreacting. Fair enough. Again, yeah. I don't have a problem with it. Y'all call me out on it. I don't care. It's cool. If I'm overreacting, y'all let me know. But I had never heard this dude reference listening to his players' press conferences before. And
I'll be honest, I'm more intrigued by the fact that the man knew the betting lines.
That too.
Yo, I like that was the first thing that jumped out at me when I heard the part where he was talking about the press conferences. But when my man said it was 10.5, that tells me that he finds reasons to motivate his guys. Like, that is a great motivating factor, yo. If you go into the locker room and be like, yo, nobody thinks we're going to beat these guys. They got us as 10-point underdogs. You know what type of motivation that would be? On top of that with Cam? Everybody was ready.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, so those are 2 points I noticed while listening to the press conference. Nothing major. He was excited. He was happy. His energy was different. He wasn't frustrated answering questions this time. So again, winning cures all. Winning cures all, fam. Winning cures all. All right, let's move on. Dave, no major injuries, Dave. So I had to celebrate. I had to put the man up here, Dave. No major injuries. We survived the game. And you know what's important, Dave? We're getting healthy. Like, we're almost like 100% without Sam. I think Sam's like the only dude we missing right now. Am I correct? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Who's out? Who else is out other than JC? Who's
Cam Irving.
And Cam.
Well, but he was hurt. But he was already hurt. But to get out of the game,
even if he's healthy, I mean, what? I mean,
we'll probably get into that
spade day. We call a spade a spade.
The line
I'm just saying. Okay, but what I'm saying is we almost like 100%. We're getting healthy.
Yeah, we're close. Yeah,
we're getting close to being healthy.
I'm gonna tell you a funny thing though, bro. A couple things. Ric Flair has had a rough Dark Side of the Ring run this season.
I haven't listened to Dark Side.
Oh, you haven't watched yet?
I haven't watched. Which one? His?
He's had one. Plane Ride from Hell.
Yeah, listen. I watched that.
Okay,
that's old, Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're going in the chat. They're saying Paradis is hurt. We know JC is hurt. We know Cam Irving is hurt. So yeah,
we're just talking about out of the game. Like, out of the game, we didn't have nothing major. Like, we had a couple scares. Like, they brought Christian in for a concussion, and he was fine. Stephon Gilmore was hurt, but he was fine.
He's fine. Yep.
Yeah. So like we came out unscathed, which is a good thing.
Correct. Great thing. All right. Moving on. All right, let's get into this game. Let's get into it. We destroyed, dismantled, eviscerated the Arizona Cardinals, albeit without Kyler Murray. Without,
I don't care.
Let me finish. Can I finish, Dave? Can I finish? Let me finish,
fine,
Dave.
Fine.
I was just gonna say, without Kyler Murray, without D-Hop. However, this is the same team that destroyed and eviscerated the San Francisco 49ers last week. So let's not pretend, because that's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing in the media.
Wait a minute. But wait, there's more. The San Francisco 49ers that is currently beating the Los Angeles Rams.
Exactly, Dave. Exactly. So let's not cop, please. I was listening to, and I normally don't do this, and I tell y'all to ignore the mainstream or mute the mainstream. But I listened to a clip because I wanted to hear what they were saying. I listened to First Take. I listened to Stephen A. Smith. And I was listening to Molly and all of them, and all, they were all talking over each other. First of all, but Molly was saying, "Oh, it was the Arizona Cardinals without Kyler Murray, without D-Hop, without blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Fam, did you not watch last week? Did you not see what they did against the 49ers? Like, and nobody brought that up. That's why I say mute the mainstream. Don't listen to it. But I was just curious to see what Stephen A. was saying, because he's so dumb sometimes, but he was actually in support of Cam Newton. So it is what it is. But let's get into it. Let's get into this, Dave. All right. The rookie report. Not too much to glean from this. Brady Christensen had 13 snaps, played 13 snaps at left tackle. He had a better pass blocking grade, but his run blocking grade is what brought him down. I think he was in the 70s for his pass blocking grade, which is great, but his run blocking brought him down. Terrace Marshall did get the 2-point conversion. Outside of that, he was pretty quiet, had 2 targets. Tommy Tremble, 1 target, 1 reception, 3 yards. Chuba Hubbard, again, had that fumble. Had he not had that fumble, his grade probably would have been a bit higher, but 9 carries, 27 yards, 1 touchdown. And Keith Taylor had 25 snaps, 2 tackles, 3 targets, 0 receptions allowed, 0 yards. And Dave, all 3 receptions or all 3 targets were against AJ Green. So that brought me to a point, Dave. Y'all know me. If you've been watching this channel for a long time, I was a fan of Keith Taylor before he became a Carolina Panther. When he was at Washington, I did a film study on him, or film reaction video on him. Go back to it. I got receipts. I've been a huge fan of Keith Taylor. This dude is a baller. I did not expect him to be this good, this quick. But fam, this dude is playing great football, and I had to call him out. I went back and I looked at all who he lined up against, Dave. Peep this. All of who he lined up against. Again, like I said, AJ, he lined up against AJ Green. All 3 targets were against AJ Green. Okay? He lined up against Adam Thielen. 4 targets, 4 receptions. That was probably the person that got him the most. 4 targets, 4 receptions, 27 yards. He lined up against Justin Jefferson. 2 targets, 1 reception. Devonta Smith, 2 targets, 2 receptions for 27 yards. Nobody's gotten over 27 yards against this dude. And he's a rookie, fifth round pick. And not only that, Dave, he has the second highest grade amongst rookie cornerbacks, I should say cornerbacks, with at least 150 snaps. That's incredible. Like, dog, you want to give me you realize how good that draft class was? Mm-hmm. We're talking about Patrick Surtain, Eric
J.C.
Stokes,
Horn,
Marco Wilson, Paulson Adebo, Asante Samuels, Greg Newsome, Caleb Farley, J.C. Horn. This cat has the second highest PFF score amongst all rookies with at least 150 snaps.
Did J.C. play at least 150 before he got hurt?
No.
Who was number one?
Number one is, I have to go back to it. Let me see if I still.
I will be intrigued by that. If it ain't Surtain, it makes it even more sweet.
No, Surtain is low. Surtain is in the 60s. But I will, for context, Surtain has like double the snaps. So he has double the. So just to put some context around that. But I can pull it up if y'all.
No, I was just wondering. No, I was just curious.
Okay, all right. So I just wanted to call him out because I feel like he's having a great season. We talk about him all the time on this podcast, but I really want to make sure he gets his credit because he's balling right now. And to be a 5th round draft pick, and as soon as J.C. Horn went down, he went in the game and he's been balling ever since. And he's done it against some good talent too. He's not just lined up against number 2s. He's lined up on some 1s, and he's done a great job. All right. So shout out to, this is great. This is a good point. One. 28. Nobody's got more than 28 yards on him. That's a fact. This dude is a baller, fam. A straight up baller. And I love the pick when we got him. So shout out to Keith Taylor, man. He's balling right now. And I have a Keith Taylor jersey too. I gotta get that signed somehow, some way. All right. Moving on. Interesting stats, Dave. A lot of green. The only situation that was down was the penalties. 9 penalties for 115 yards. That's a lot. That is a lot.
That was a
lot of penalty yardage.
That was one thing that Matt Rhule did discuss. Like, he had a concern about the penalties, and like, because they asked him about the Cam penalty, and that was a funny answer that he came back with. Basically, he told Cam, "Don't do it," and Cam responded by saying, "Say less," and then that was that. Cam, I mean, I get it. Cam was in the emotions.
He was in the moment, bro. You gotta let that one go.
I can't. Yeah, and I think the thing is, I think Matt Rhule did. Matt Rhule said, "I understood why he did it. I'm not too angry about it. It didn't cost us anything." The only thing, and luckily, he said, one of the Stanford had a hell of a tackle on the kickoff because they had a kickoff from their own 20. So
yeah, they did. That's a fact.
So it worked out. They lost 5. Okay. They only lost 5 yards out of it.
So red zone efficiency, 3 or 4, 75%. That's always going to be a bump when you have Cam Newton as your quarterback. Again, we struggled with that throughout the year, but now that Cam's here, I don't expect us to struggle, especially when we get real close like we were this time. Third down efficiency improved 47%. I like to see that bumped up a little bit more. I like to see that above 70%, but above 50%. But compared to last week, that was a bump up. We much better this week. Pass completion 76%. I mean, damn, that's really good. I mean, like I think Matt Rhule said, if you're above 62% or something like that, that's a good day. And we were at 76. So that is great news. PJ Walker did this thing. We'll talk about him a little bit later. Rushing numbers, 37 touches or 37 rushes for 166 yards. So 3.4 yards per carry. I think it was 4 yards per carry. I don't know if that's right. I got to remember. I don't know if I updated the yards per carry.
Yeah, hold on. Right. I'll tell you that.
I don't think so. I think it's 4. I think it's 4 something.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Rush defense.
4.448 per carry. 4.5 yards pretty much.
So 4.5 yards per carry. My bad. Run defense 20 attempts for 65 yards. Dave, that's incredible. That's great. That's great run defense. And I said prior to the game, if we could shut the run down and force it, make it one dimensional, we'll be in the money. And lo and behold, Kevin Joseph. Colin, thanks for
that was your guy, man. You wanted that kid. That was a low round pick too. That was like third round, if I remember correctly.
He was nice. Yeah, he was nice from Kentucky. He's nice.
Yep.
He's nice. Time possession. We dominated time possession. We killed them there. Third down defense was very good. Held them to 31%. Total pressures on defense, Dave, we had 15 total pressures, 4 sacks, 4 QB hits, 7 hurries. And then, Dave, we only gave up 5 pressures. That's incredible. That's incredible. Our offensive line did their thing. We only allowed 5 pressures. That is great.
No sacks.
No sacks. 0 sacks. So again, when we talk about these pressures, anything under 10, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to win. And for the defense, anything over like 15, you're looking good. Anything at or over 15, you're dominating. Okay. So that's what we like to see. This was a perfect game. We won on both sides in the trenches. Both sides of our trenches played well yesterday. And that's where the game is won and lost. So when you see this, you come back to these interesting stats and you see that below 10 and at 15, yo, it's killing.
And I know everybody, and I know folks in the mainstream pundits has been saying, well, there was no Collar, there was no D-Hop. Offensive line was fine. Their defense didn't have any issues and injuries. So the fact that our offensive line held it down against that defense says a lot. That defense was top 5 in the NFL.
Bingo.
Like, let's be clear. And they're an 8-1 team. So let's be clear.
Yep.
They've only lost to one team. They lost to Green Bay.
Facts.
They've beaten everybody else. So
facts. And then third quarter offense, we scored 8 points. The ranking, I did not update the ranking, so we might be improved there.
No, I doubt it's probably still 32nd.
Yeah,
like third quarter was
we're probably
yeah,
still pretty bad. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go to change.
You might not
have
to worry about updating that one, buddy.
That's a fact. We got a long way to go to change that average because that third quarter offense was terrible, dog.
Yeah.
And then the turnover battle, we did win the turnover. Well, we tied the turnover battle 2-2. So there was an interesting stat they posted yesterday. Anytime we win the turnover battle, we're 4-0. So we won the turnover battle 4 times, and we're 4-0 when that happens. So good job there. Good job there for our defense. All right. This is something new. Something new, Dave. Stat of the game. Christian McCaffrey, 7.3 yards per carry. That's incredible. That's incredible, man. Like that's doing work. And again, I talk about Christian McCaffrey a lot. And I talk about how, Chuba Hubbard's got to get his vision right. But the other running backs ain't doing that. The other running backs are getting they're getting close to the same amount of attempts, but they ain't doing what Christian McCaffrey's doing with the football. He was hitting the holes with purpose. Pause. And he looked good. 7.3 yards per carry is impressive. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
That is an impressive stat indeed. He put in the work. He had a really great day. He didn't hit pay dirt, but he didn't have to hit pay dirt. With that type of efficiency, that was excellent. I have a fantasy stat. I didn't realize you were doing this. I'll give you a fantasy stat of the day.
Go ahead, Dave.
What does Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, Teddy Bridgewater, Trevor Lawrence, and Matt Ryan have in common?
I don't know. They got less points than Christian McCaffrey.
They had less fantasy points than Cam Newton yesterday.
Oh.
All of them. So Cam Newton had 11.72 fantasy points on the 9 snaps that he had. And all those quarterbacks played the entire game, and none of them have as many points as him. So
yeah. So make sure you listen. 7.3 yards per carry is no joke. No joke.
Dude, that is insane.
No joke. No joke. All right. Let's move on. Dave, hit us with some Underdog Fantasy, man. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Their sponsor. And listen, if you never played Underdog Fantasy or never used Underdog Fantasy, check it out. To all of our new folks that are subscribed, you may or may not know who Underdog Fantasy is. Dave is going to tell you who Underdog Fantasy is.
So Underdog Fantasy, man, they're a fantasy service, so to speak. But there's multiple ways that you can win. Like, for example, right now we have the Monday Night Football game going on right now. Prior to the game, you could have entered drafts to pick players and the team that wins the most. And if you draft a team that has the most points, you can win up to like $2,000. Like I've won the tournament before, so I've won one of these.
They pocket
Monday
watching,
Nighters.
Dave. They pocket watching.
And I'm just letting you know, man. I've taken down one of these tournaments before. It was pretty good. You can best balls over, but you can also do a weekly one where you can draft a team based on week 10 for the main slate. And you can do this thing called a pick'em where you can win up to 20 times your money, which is pretty awesome. David Screws, appreciate the super chat. So, and I've been able to hit that as a couple of times as well, and so has Rashad. Rashad's been able to hit it. So,
Awesome.
But here's the thing. Here's the beauty of Underdog Fantasy, man. You can get up to $100 of a deposit match right now. So if you sign up, use the code PNP when you sign up because it helps the channel. You get up to $100 in your first deposit. So they'll do a deposit match up to 100%. So if you put in $100, they'll give you $100. If you can't afford 100, you only do 25. They'll match it to 25, but it's only up to $100. So please go to underdogfantasy.com and then go and use the code PNP when you sign up. And let me tell you something, guys. They don't just do football. They also do NBA. They do hockey. They do soccer. They started doing college football. They're doing golf. So you got options. So if you're not just a football fan, there's other places you can do over-unders. Some are based on yards. Some are based on receptions. Some are based on fantasy points for NBA, points, assists, things of that sort, over-unders. And if you you can win up to 20 times your money if you get 5 right. The good money is with the 3. Get 3 right, you can win 6 times your money. So like I said, go to underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP to sign up. It really helps out the channel, guys.
Yes, it really does. That's another free way to help the channel. Go over there, sign up, use that code PNP, and we do get a little kickback from Underdog Fantasy. So just signing up helps us out. So go over there, sign up, play, obviously, because it is fun. But just going over there and signing up does help us out. All right. Moving on. Stock up, stock down. I don't know why I got him on the thing. Why I got him on the thing, Dave? Why don't you tell me to remove him? Is he permanent stock down? Like, does he remain stock down?
Well, truth be told, I think he deserves a stock up for this week.
For not playing?
Yeah. I mean, something like what we did to 52.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I was told I couldn't put injured players on stock down. So long time ago. You remember when they killed me for that day? They killed me for I forgot who it was. Y'all killed me for putting somebody injured on stock down.
Well, they killed me when I put Luke Kuechly stock down. I mean, these are the breaks, man.
Facts.
It's fluid.
It is fluid. Fluid situation. I think I'm gonna leave him up there, man. I think I'm gonna leave him up there.
Nah, we can't. He off after this week. We'll just consider this his funeral.
Come on, Dave. We ain't gonna kill Sam off, man.
No, we're not killing, but we're removing. Like his numbers should never be utilized again. Like I'm not talking Ray Caruth levels, but we need to hold off on giving that number to somebody for a little bit.
Dave, did you just compare Sam Darnold to Ray Caruth?
Well, you know the story of why.
What's wrong with you, man?
Nothing's wrong with me, dude. I'm just saying, like, there's some numbers that's got to take a rest period, or you got to put somebody good in the number at some point to forget about who was in it before.
Dave is bugging. What's wrong with Dave? All right, let's move on before Dave put somebody else in the ground, man. Let's move on. Hey, I told you I was gonna find stock down. Yo, DBO gets a stock down because it ain't working. It ain't working, Dave. It ain't working.
I didn't know what you meant when you sent me the text about this. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about, DBO?
DBO gets the stock down, fam, because it ain't working. 9 penalties. 9 penalties for 115 yards. 9 penalties for 115 yards. DBO ain't working. We got to find another damn tagline or something. Find another tagline because that ain't working, man. It ain't working, B. We didn't beat ourselves, but luckily in this situation,
real talk, 9, like, we blew out the Cardinals. 9 penalties that cost you a game. That's a lot of penalties, bro. 9 penalties that cost you a game.
Shout out to the champ. He says Clausen got us Cam 1.0. Donald's got us Cam 2.0. This is underrated tweet. This is underrated.
Yeah, it is.
That's an underrated super chat, man. That's a great.
That alone is the only reason why you can keep. That alone is the reason why you keep Sam Darnold up for this week and this week only. But
this is funny. This is Dave. Will Cam Newton run to the sign? Yo, I don't think Cam Newton is running to the sign, Dave.
Is this still a thing? Like, let's give it a buzz. Is this still a thing?
It's a thing. It's got to be a thing, bro.
No, it doesn't.
It's got to be a thing.
That could have been it.
He said it. He said it in the presser. Like, yo, he got to find something.
Just because he said it in the presser, doesn't mean you travel with
that
the goddamn
means he's still
sign.
talking about it. That means he's still talking about it, bro.
DBO.
That's that. Yo, we gotta do something with
Yo,
DBO,
man. No,
man.
you know what we gotta do? You know what stock down needs to be? It ain't even about DBO. I have a public service announcement, and that includes us too, because we did acronyms too. We need to reduce the acronym count on Earth. Like, we gotta get rid of. You gotta stop this acronym shit.
You ain't tell zero lies detected.
Yo,
my company,
son, like
my company is OD acronyms.
I could tell you I'll tell you a story, and I'm not gonna name the program that I'm on because of my job. But basically, I was on a program, right? And I was new to the project, and they were all talking in acronyms, right? I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And I just remember I was in a phone call and they were talking an acronym, and I responded back and I made these acronyms up, and they replied back saying, "Yeah, I agree." And I'm like, "Yo, this is bullshit. You're wasting my damn time at this point."
That's
you
terrible,
let me,
bro.
like, I'm out here creating acronyms on the fly. Like, I'm just making it up. Like, I'm like, you got to take the TSC with the BBG, and they were like, "Oh, I absolutely agree." And I'm like, "Fam, I literally made that shit up." That tells me that nobody's paying attention to these meetings. And that was the moment that I knew that meetings after 20 minutes are a waste of time. It's a waste of space, waste of time, waste of energy. But anyway,
all right.
But I digress.
So shout out to Dominique Sally. Hey guys, do you think we can keep CMC healthy if Hubbard and Amir Abdullah do a decent job running? Great. Hold this thought. I have some information, but this is a great question. Hold that thought. We'll get to it. I promise. Let's move on. So DBO ain't working. Find something else. Dave, Cam got to get stock. All the stock ups you can get, Cam got to get them. Dave. His first 2 touches were touchdowns. He had the QB draw at the goal line. It was beautiful. And then the second one was a fake QB draw, and then he threw it to Robby Anderson on a quick out. Beautiful play, beautiful timing. It was beautiful. And shout out to them for talking about that play at the press conference. That was one of the first plays they practiced, implemented it, and it worked beautifully. And yeah, man, he played a total of 9 offensive snaps, completed 3 passes, and rushed 3 times. Dave, Cam is back, and the world is great. Cam is back, and the world. We got the Cam jerseys on. I think it's still a dream, Dave. It's still a dream for me, Dave. And I hope Jared. I want Jared. Jared is in the chat, and I want Jared to call in because I think it's important. Whenever we open the phone lines, I want Jared to call in because he represents a portion of the fan base that needs to be heard, and that's the guys that became fans of the Panthers because of Cam Newton, and they're Cam Newton supporters first, right? They love Cam Newton, and I want their perspective, right, on what Cam Newton coming back mean to them specifically. Because I think it's important, right? For me, I can't relate, right? I was a Panther fan before Cam Newton was here. It's still great for me, but I think it means a lot more to those people. And I want Jared to call in. So shout out to Jared because I know for a fact he's been struggling. He's been struggling with over the past 2 years. My man's been struggling, so I want him to call in.
He ain't alone.
And give us. I know he's not, but I know for a fact he represents that community. So I want him to call in, and I want him to. And if you have to leave, Jared, call in on the number and leave a voicemail, and I'll play it. But yeah, man, I want him to call in because I think that it's great to hear their voices. Because again, I can't relate. I'm a Cam fan. I love Cam, but I'm a Panthers fan first, and I'm a ride with the team. And I didn't become a Panthers fan because of Cam. But having him back is great. You cannot deny the energy that he brought to this team yesterday. And he only played 9 snaps. But the team was completely different. The energy level was completely different. The leadership. I put the video up, Dave. I put that video out. I said over the past 2 years, something was missing, Dave. The swag, the leadership, the energy. All that was missing, bro. And all he had to do was just be there. Just be on the sideline. Dave, Cam Newton could have came in sweats. And that same effect would have happened. I promise you. It would have happened.
He's different, yo. It's a different aura with him, man. He's different.
It's different, bro. And it's good to see him. And I pray. And again, I said this. This was another thing I said on the Rob Brown show. Shout out to ESPN Upstate when I was on the Rob Brown show. All I care about right now is Cam Newton staying healthy, bro. If Cam Newton can stay healthy, finish the season in good health, that's important to me. Like this man needs to stay healthy for his, and he's different, right? His mindset is different. You could tell he's believing, he's in the church and stuff like that. And I just want the man to stay healthy, bro, because a healthy Cam and a healthy, happy Cam is a dangerous Cam, and that makes his entire team dangerous. So I just think, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Cam, bro. Like, he deserves it, and I think we're gonna get a bigger look at him next week. And I think this team is the team is lit right now. Again, the team is lit right now.
There's reports out that the goal is to sit Darnold for the remainder of the season. So they got him on IR. They don't plan on bringing him back, and they're gonna evaluate Cam to see if he's gonna be here for another year or two.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That is the report from Ian Rappaport. We're going to break that down because I got some questions around David Tepper on that too. But hold that thought, Dave. But yeah, Cam deserved all the stock up. I could sit here and talk a whole show about Cam and what his impact means to the Carolinas, one, and this team right now in the situation that we're in, 5-5. We pretty much control our own destiny. We could still win a division. And we really control our own destiny at this point. Seriously. Like, we could win the division if we went out.
That's a fact. We went on the tiebreaker.
We have the tiebreaker against the Bucks.
Yeah.
If we literally control our own destiny and get into the playoffs. So right now, the ball's in our court. And Cam, it's just it's a whole nother level. The team is different right now. So again, I could do a whole show, but I got to keep it moving. PJ Walker. I think PJ Walker also deserves stock up.
Absolutely.
PJ Walker, 22 of 29 passes. That's 76% of his passes. 169 yards passing. And again, he didn't have to do much. The run game was working. But what I saw about PJ looked in control. Like, he wasn't panicking. He had one interception that he threw that was, it was a bad throw, but, it didn't hurt us much because the defense was playing so well. And where the interception occurred, it wasn't like it happened, in the red zone and flipped the field. It was a good. PJ played a great game. He was decisive with the football. He made his reads quick. I love PJ. And listen, I've been critical of PJ. I don't think he was the long-term answer by any means. I'm on record and I stand by that. I don't think he's a long-term answer, but I do think he could be a long-term backup.
The other thing I think, and this is theoretical, Dave, at this point, I think the coaching staff's pride got in the way of coming to PJ sooner. And the reason why I feel that way is because Sam was playing bad, man.
Awful.
And I don't know if this coaching staff was ready. I don't think their pride was ready to accept that they might have got it wrong yet.
I think that's part of it.
But when the losses started coming, the losses continued to show up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they had much of a choice. Like, they kept saying, we want to let Sam get his way out of it. He couldn't dig his way out of this shit because he should have been benched in the Patriots game if you want to keep it a buck.
Facts.
And
he was benched. He was benched a couple games before that too.
Yeah, he was benched in the Giants game. Then he had the Atlanta game, and he didn't play that well, but he played good enough to. He didn't give it up. You know what I'm saying? And then the Patriots game came, and he was bad again. And the thing is, you kind of expect him to be bad. He didn't practice the whole week. Dude was hurt, so of course he's going to be bad. PJ had all the reps to let PJ out there. Even the Patriots podcast was afraid of PJ. So that says a lot. So I think their pride got in the way a bit of going to PJ sooner. But then again, them not going to PJ sooner forced the hand to get Cam here. So I don't know. I'm kind of like, all right, well, you probably should have went to PJ sooner. But because you didn't get to PJ sooner, Cam came back. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
no, I mean, but again, just going back to PJ, I think PJ could be a long-term backup solution. I like PJ coming off the bench. I don't like him as a starter. I still think, again, there's some, if you really want to pick apart his game, you could find some, because he probably should have, he almost threw 2 picks. Okay. He almost threw 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was close to the ball placement was good enough that it did get intercepted. So I'll give him credit for that. But sometimes he plays with fire. One thing I will say is that he didn't overextend the play. He did not get caught running backwards 15 yards and he didn't scramble crazy. So I love that. he only scrambled like once or twice. And then he got rid of the ball quick, made quick throws. He helped the offensive line, and we'll talk about them a little bit later. But yeah, I love PJ Walker in this game. He played a good game. He didn't do too much and did 76% completion percentage. That's awesome. That's something Sam never did. So here we go. Anything else on PJ Day?
Nah, man. I think everybody's been talking about the return of Cam, but we got to give PJ some of these flowers because PJ did play the bulk of the game, and PJ
held it down.
He held it down. He did what we wanted Sam Darnold to do all year against the team with the best record in the NFL, against a top 5 defense.
Facts.
So he deserves a lot of credit. So I don't anticipate him starting next week against Washington. But
no, he's not starting.
He's not starting. But if they make the decision to do it, I get it. But I don't anticipate it. Is my point. Because he kind of, considering what he did in this game, he earned the right to get a second opportunity. He's just not going to get it.
Yeah, he's not going to get it. And I think he understands that too, though. It's a
business. No, he does.
But luckily, he has a relationship with Matt Rhule, and that's important. That's important. That relationship ain't going nowhere. In the words of Pat Coltrane, the nephewtism, that's real, bro. That's real. Like PJ ain't going nowhere.
And I think Matt Rhule was vindicated a bit after the win today. After that win too, because he even mentioned it in the presser after the game, saying, "You guys kept wondering why I had PJ the backup. That's why."
He did. Yeah. He did kind of. He kind of he dropped his nuts there a little bit. Pause. He kind of like he said, "I told y'all." He did say that.
Then again, it's two-sided, right? Because you told us, but you could have damn started him sooner since you told us.
True.
I mean, this dude beat an 8-1 team.
Facts.
Even without the Cam touchdowns, he still got 20 points on the board. You know what I'm saying? So
and I feel like he could have scored on those plays if they really wanted to keep. I think PJ would have scored.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah. So
he would have. But the smart thing was to let Cam do the goal line.
Of course.
Because he's the
best
Cam
goal line threat.
He's the best goal line threat in NFL history. So
of course. All right. So we'll move on. Great job, PJ. Did your thing. All right. Christian McCaffrey. Again, we talked about Christian McCaffrey already. He had 17 touches in the first half. And he again, he didn't have a huge workload because they was giving him some inappropriate massages on the sideline. I don't know what them massages didn't look normal.
Them hammy massages,
I know y'all saw it.
Them hammy massages, bro.
I know y'all saw it. It looked very inappropriate. It should not have been on national TV. But yeah, he was getting his, he was trying to loosen up his hamstring. But yeah, man, he had 13 carries, 10 receptions, 161 all-purpose yards. And fam, he had a great game. Bro. He had a great, and again, I don't think he played much of the fourth quarter at all. I can't remember when he went out, but I don't think I saw him much in the fourth quarter. Like he wanted to go back in. But this is a great, interesting stat here. Dave, I'm a numbers guy, and I apologize if you can't see it. But Dave, this is the total offensive production, right? You got Christian McCaffrey at 47% of the offensive production. So you look at that, you like, damn, man, Christian McCaffrey got to come. He got to pull back a little bit. It's too much work for Christian McCaffrey. That's when I looked at that. When you look at that on the surface, you're like, shit. Amir Abdullah, 15%. That's interesting. Chuba Hubbard. So, Dave, I'm not a math dude. If you add up 47, 15, 8, that's a lot of running back work.
That's 70%.
70% of our work came through running backs. I would like to see the wide receivers involved a little bit more. Robby Anderson did his thing today, but I need DJ. If it's me, and I'm building out this production thing, and again, this is all nitpicking, right? Because we got the W. I'm nitpicking. But if it was me, I really need the football spread around, bro. However, Dave, that was the production. This is no. Oh, did I not? Hold on. Let me fix this because I got to show y'all I got to show y'all something. No, what happened to my other? Hold on.
You got
because there was touches. Let me just pull this up real quick. So if you look at the touches, right? If you look at the touches, Christian McCaffrey was only 37% of the touches. So he was just efficient. with his touches, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to get there. Let me see if I can make this bigger real quick for y'all.
Pause.
My bad. Pause. Yeah, huge, major pause. But this is what I was trying to reflect, y'all. This is what I was trying to reflect. So you see the touches. Let me see if I can make this bigger real quick. I'm editing on the fly. My bad, y'all. I thought I had it good. Make this bigger. All right, so that's we'll go from there. So if you look at, why is it doing that? All right, here we go. So if you look at the total touches, Christian McCaffrey had 37% of the touches, but 47% of the production. Like, so he's just that good with the football in his hands. Because I like this. I'm not mad at this. Like Amir Abdullah, 21%. Chuba, 15.
We got to have a discussion about how Amir is getting more love than Chuba.
He's cooking. He's a vet. I get it. Mm-hmm. He mirrors what it's almost like not taking Christian McCaffrey out the game because that's what Amir brings to the game. Chuba's not that dude. He's not that type of running back.
That tells me a lot from my perspective, from a fantasy standpoint. And I'll probably get into that discussion tomorrow during the fantasy Q&A, waiver wire discussions. But yeah, that I was noticing that during the game that Amir was getting a lot more carries than Chuba. Well, not a lot.
He's getting a lot of work, bro. A lot of work. But again,
this is good because this tells me that they're finally doing what they said that they wanted to do when they drafted Chuba, and that's split up the work a little bit.
Spread the football around.
Yeah.
Again, Amir Abdullah having all those touches, and then Christian McCaffrey. I mean, this is great. Because if you add this up in prior years with Christian McCaffrey, Dave, do the math real quick. 37, 21, and 15. Like, that's what Christian McCaffrey's workload would have been in the past.
Yeah. He would have taken 95% of the snaps.
Of the touches.
Like, he would have had the touches, he probably would have had 25 to 30 of the touches. Yeah. Like, I don't know how many touches. I don't know what this number equals to. Like, what was the total number of touches for all the players? Tell me what that is. And I'll put a perspective in it.
So Amir had 13 touches. Christian McCaffrey had 23. And then Chuba had 9.
So pretty much it was 50-50 from the running back's perspective.
Right. And that's what we wanted. And I think 23 touches per game for Christian McCaffrey is perfect. That's perfect. And reality is, Dave, he didn't.
Well, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect if you got the other running backs getting the same amount.
No. That's perfect. No, Dave. That's perfect if everybody else is like the wide receivers, and everybody else is getting the work, in my opinion. I think that's perfect. We got to find a way to get the wide receivers of football. They're no threat right now. Robby Anderson, DJ Moore, they chilling right now, bro. So we got to get our wide receivers to football more. In my opinion, really, we just need to get BZ to football. I mean, just the truth be told, he's out here cooking. BZ's the real man. He's the real MVP out here. Mm-hmm. So shout out to BZ, man. Shout out to BZ. Shout out to BZ. All right, let's keep it moving here. Shaq Thompson, Dave. Shaq Thompson.
The number 7's changed that man, bro.
Yeah, he's on a whole nother level right now.
Yo, son.
He definitely needs to make the Pro Bowl. Like 100. I don't know who else. I don't know the other interior linebackers. But if this dude doesn't make All Pro or the Pro Bowl, it's a travesty. It is a travesty. This dude, he had 4 tackles, 1 sack, 1 QB hit. He was targeted 4 times, only allowed 2 receptions, 7 yards, and 2 pass breakups, Dave. That's incredible. Like, that is incredible, man. Like, look, let me read that to y'all one more time. 4 tackles, 1 sack, 1 quarterback hit, and in coverage, he was targeted 4 times. He allowed 2 receptions, 7 yards. So 2 targets for 7 yards and 2 pass breakups. Fam, that is incredible. That is an incredible stat line. Incredible, bro.
He's balling, yo. There's nothing more you can say.
Balling.
He's balling.
Man. Shaq's different right now. He's different. He's cooking. This definitely reminds me of TD right now. He definitely reminds me of Thomas Davis.
Yeah. He's in TD mode right now, bro.
I'm not gonna put him up there with Luke, but TD, he definitely reminds me of TD right now. Definitely. All right. Anything else on Shaq, bro?
Nah, man. Shout out to the
He
baller
was
Shaq.
thumping too. Thumping.
He was, yo. Hassan.
All right, Dave. Hassan Reddick.
1.5 sacks.
Four tackles, 1.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits. Dave, how many more games we got left?
7.
7 games left. So he is on pace. He's on pace for about 20, 21 sacks, I want to say. 20 or 21.
That's wild.
So, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Yo, if this dude end the season 20 sacks, yo.
Fam, we can't afford him. Let me tell you something, bro. We're gonna have to tag his ass if he gets 20 sacks. There's no way we're gonna be able to afford him otherwise. We're gonna have to tag him.
Hey, yo, Hassan playing chess out here. He took that little contract, that little 1-year deal, and said, "I got something for y'all." He came back with his nephew Tism coach and said, "Yo, I'm gonna take
the
this
thing is they're
deal."
gonna probably try to get him a long-term deal because of that too, which is not a bad thing. But if he gets 20 sacks at the end of the season, bro, dog, you're talking top 5 production. You're gonna have to pay that man top 5 in money, and that ain't cheap.
Dog, he's literally averaging a sack and a half per game, yo. It's incredible. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. He has to be number 1. I agree with Slim there. He's got to be number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1. No, but I said that.
Number 1 free agent.
He's
priority.
number 1. But at the same time, like, he's a guy that I'm willing to tag if push come to shove. Like, I would tag him. Like, if we can't come to a long-term deal, you ain't leaving, buddy. Tag. You got to get that tag. And we can let Dante walk. I know y'all don't want to hear that.
Uh-oh.
Y'all don't want to hear that. But, like, you got Keith Taylor. You got Keith Taylor out here living his best life on these limited snaps. You can let Dante walk because you know you're going to pay Gilly. So you can let Dante walk. If you want to keep him, you might not have a choice. Huh?
Are we going to open up that discussion again?
Bro, we got to pay Sam Darnold $18.5 million. If that man gets 20 sacks, we can't afford him.
No, let me just say this. You can, if you want to, you can pay everybody, even with Sam Darnold's contract. You can pay. You can find a way. You can make it work. The restructure's there for a reason.
And pay Cam.
You can make it work.
And
yeah,
pay
you
Cam?
can make it. You can make it work.
How much you think Cam's gonna act? If Cam plays well, how much do you think Cam wants?
I don't know.
But you want to know what I think? You know how much I think he wants?
How much?
$25 million minimum, and that would be cheap.
I don't think he's gonna get that. I don't even think he's gonna ask for that.
Shit.
I think he sees where this team. I think he should ask for it. I don't think he will.
Yo, he just saw Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Darnold rob these guys. You don't think he's gonna ask for $25 million?
I think he should.
Yeah, I think he's going.
But will he get it?
He was talking about he was broke during. He was talking about he was broke during the presser.
Well, he was just saying that.
Yeah, I know, but it was just hilarious. I'm like,
he got Under Armour money. His Under Armour money's long. I think he got like a lifetime deal with Under Armour, bro. Like and I don't know his personal life, but I don't think money's the least. Well, he got some kids. But I don't know his business. But anyway,
no, he ain't Antonio Cromartie or Phillip Rivers status, but he got some kids because he loves kids, man.
But we'll see. We'll see. We will play the contract game again. I am a cap guy, and I promise you, I can make it work with everybody. I promise you, I can find money. That's why the restructure exists. You can find the money, bro. You can add the voided years. You can make it work, bro. I promise you, you can make it work. Even with Sam Darnold's contract. All right, moving on. Dante Jackson, the guy Dave trying to get rid of. He had a great game.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I told y'all at the beginning of the season that Dante Jackson was going to have a hell of a game. 4 tackles. He had 3 targets his way. He only allowed 1 reception for 19 yards. He had an interception and a pass breakup. So Dave, every time Dante Jackson was throwing the football in his direction, something happened. He allowed 1 catch. He had a PBU. And he had interception on 3 targets. That's incredible. It's incredible, bro. Incredible, man. Secondary needs to be played with. Dave, let me ask you this in regards to our defense. I think that's my last defensive stock up. Let me ask you this in regards to in regards to defense. We've seen a lot of great defenses, a lot of good ones, 2003, Peppers, Rucker, Buckner,
and,
all those
and
dudes,
Chris
man.
Jenkins.
Chris Jenkins, great front four. Lamar Lathan and them dudes.
Back in the 90s, yeah.
We seen Charles Johnson. We seen Greg Hardy, Monsters Inc. with KK and Star and Luke, and Thomas Davis. A lot of good defenses. Dave. I'm not gonna ask if this defense is better. That's not what I'm gonna ask. What I'm going to ask, no, I'm not. Have we ever seen a more complete defense than this defense we're watching right now?
2015 was pretty damn complete.
Even with those cornerbacks?
Yeah. That was peak Josh Norman. That was prime Josh Norman. Prime Josh Norman was all pro. And then maybe like the not the Super Bowl defense from the Fox days, but that defense, the year before the Super Bowl, I would argue that defense was better.
Yeah.
That 02 defense with Jack Del Rio was still the defensive coordinator. I would argue that defense was better than the one that we took to the Super Bowl. Because that got Jack Del Rio coach's job.
Yeah.
I would argue that 02 defense was probably the best one we've ever had. I could argue it. That 02 defense was problematic.
I'm just having like we've never. Okay, Dave. Let me ask you this: Have we? I'm gonna change the question.
I don't think no defense has had as good a secondaries as this one.
That was my next question. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Have we ever seen a secondary this good, this complete?
No. Because the thing is, when you have the discussion about the front four, this front four is not that 03, 02, 03 front four or Monsters Inc. They're probably third on that list.
Yeah,
but being third on that list ain't a bad place to be. But that secondary is probably at the top. The corners in general, in particular, are probably at the top. They're at the top. Like, I mean, yeah, they're probably at the top.
Ooh, man, I gotta do some research, Dave. Now I gotta think. I gotta do the research. I gotta start pulling up some stats. I gotta see. I'm gonna do it.
Because the thing is, you gotta remember, right? The 03 and the Monsters Inc. defense, front four, it was predicated on how good that front seven was.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's typically how all our
like, and then now, granted, the 03 Panthers, like Mike Minner should have been in the Pro Bowl, but Mike Minner should have been in some Pro Bowls, but Mike Minner unfortunately was in the wrong conference.
Yeah. And shout out to Mike Minner. We've had the opportunity to interview Mike Minner, Panther legend. If you're a Patreon member, you have access to that interview. Awesome cat. I'm not sure how Campbell football season is going, but Mike Minner's
doing okay. They're doing okay,
dude, bro. He's a cool dude. So shout out to Mike.
I hope we play him next year.
Facts. We'll get him back. We'll get Mike Minner back on the show if we play if A&T plays Campbell next year. But yeah, Mike Minner's a cool dude. But yeah, all right. So Dave, anything else on Dante Jackson?
Nah, man, he balled, man. I know you think I want to get rid of him, but that's not the case at all. I just think, Robby.
Look who's back, Dave. 4 catches, 4 targets. I repeat.
Number one fantasy pickup this week.
For sure.
He was dropped a lot.
Yeah, you were telling people to drop him too, Dave.
I was.
You were leading the charge.
Damn right I was. But things change. Quarterbacks change. It's different now, bro. Facts. He's a different cat now. Like it's different. Yo, when you get a different quarterback in there, it changes the perspective a bit. But a lot of folks were like, I think besides the fact that Sam Darnold couldn't have that connection with Robby, then on top of that, people didn't know who PJ Walker was. So they were dropping him off of that. I anticipated with PJ he would have an uptick this week compared to Sam. But now with Cam there, I think it's time, bro.
Yeah, and they did a press conference together. The vibe is there. You know, Cam already has a relationship with DJ, but now it seems like
he's trying to build it with Robby.
Yeah, he's building it with Robby. And one thing that he said during Cam's press conference with Robby, he said, "Yo, Robbie's energy was off." He said his energy was off, man, and I wonder why that was. Dave.
Yo, dog. Listen, I said it on Twitter.
I wonder why that was.
I said it on Twitter. I'll say it again. Let me tell y'all something right now, bro. This thing right here, when it comes to listen, Robby left New York to get away from Darnold.
He did.
He left New York to get away from Darnold, and he only got that experience for one season. And then Darnold came back. And of course, he had to be even keel about it, but he knew what was up. He knew he didn't have a 1,000-yard season until he got away from Darnold. He knew.
And this is conspiracy theory shot, but I think that during training camp when Robby was disappearing from practices, he said the only way I'm dealing with this shit is if y'all give me some money. And that's what happened. He said the only way I'm dealing with this shit for the next year or for this year is if y'all give me my money because I need to be paid. And I think that's what happened. That's conspiracy theory shot. I have no facts. There's no facts to that. No facts to that.
That might have some legs though.
I think it's the truth. Well, and I said it. Dude, I said it. Go back to my Robby Anderson trade rumors video. I said it. I said, look, listen to Robby Anderson's press conference when they asked him about Teddy, because that was important too. He wanted to come here because of Teddy and Matt Rhule. And then second, watch the other interview when they asked him about Sam Darnold playing with Sam again. Completely different vibe. I'm telling you, I read energy. I see stuff like that. It's nuances, bro. I read all that stuff. I might be reading too deep sometimes, but I read all that stuff. I'm an energy guy. And I believe Cam. Cam said your energy was off. I think he was right, yo. I think he was right. I believe it. I believe it.
There's no way in hell Sam could be on this roster next year. They got to figure this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
I don't know.
There's no way.
I don't know. All right, so here we go. Offensive line, Dave. They got to get the stock up. This is my last stock up. Then we got to get into more stuff. But offensive line played well. My only point with this is that I tried to tell y'all that quarterback play does influence how an offensive line plays. When Sam Darnold is holding on to the football forever and indecisive with the football, that makes an offensive line look bad. Okay? That makes an offensive line look bad.
I don't agree with this. We actually have had a worse rate than this. By far. Google Sean Gilbert.
Yeah, we're gonna do a video. We're gonna do a video on that. We're gonna do a video. Yeah, on that. Top 5 worst Panther trades in history in Panther history. We'll gonna do that for sure. But back to the offensive line. Offensive line, they played well. Sam Darnold. And listen, a lot of people said blame the offensive line in New York. It wasn't all their fault. They had Mekhi Becton at left tackle. They had a decent offense. It wasn't awful. It was bad, but Sam made it worse. Just like our offensive line. He took our average to below average offensive line and made it worse because he holds on to the football forever. That impacts the offensive line. I said that, and I said it one day. I said, let me know when y'all ready to have a discussion about how Teddy Bridgewater made our offensive line look better. And you saw what PJ just did, right? Everybody blames the offensive line. You know, when it's convenient, you want to throw the offensive line when you want to protect the quarterback. When you want to protect the quarterback, you say the offensive line is trash. No, not this guy. Yes, I said the offensive line, it was bad last year. And again, these pieces aren't great. I'm not declaring victory saying the offensive line has it all figured out because they don't. This is a put-together offensive line. This is a hodgepodge offensive line. It does need work. But yesterday they played well. And I think part of it is due in part to the quarterback play. The quick, decisive decision-making by PJ Walker, the being able to run the football, all that helps out the offensive line. And Sam, I'm sorry, he made the offensive line worse than what it was. It's just my opinion.
You want to
again, this is exactly right. Cam did it for 8 years. He's gonna do it again this year. We have the ultimate offensive line fixer. Go ahead, Dave.
You want to hear a story about the offensive line?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Sheena Quick and EVISCERATE. They have a podcast called Quick Blitz.
Quick Blitz.
And they had a discussion about the process of what Cam signing. And it looks like they are like, I think Cam's biggest concern of signing was the offensive line.
Yeah. He said, oh, good. My fault.
Yeah. And it looks like, and I think Carolina is still trying to work to try to fix said offensive line. And I think they're still looking at free agents to see if they can try to improve it. But we're seeing some good things from guys like Michael Jordan, because the run blocking has improved significantly since he has taken over. Whoa, I didn't expect that. But
that's the run blocking grades. But that's good. That's solid.
Yeah, no, I know. But like the thing is, the run blocking for the entire line improved significantly since Michael Jordan has been involved in the line, in the lineup. So that's why when I saw that number being 53.9, that was interesting.
He was better. He was better as a pass blocker.
He is.
Much but the thing is, as a pass blocker.
The thing is, it looks like, I guess they said since Jordan has been in the lineup, the pass block, the run blocking has improved too. So that's interesting. So, and Eflin had played pretty well at center.
Eflin did a great job. And let's talk about Pat Eflin for a minute, because we talked cash shit about Pat Eflin at left guard. He was terrible. He graded out much better as a center. Real quick, shout out to Trevon Lawrence. Appreciate the super chat. We appreciate that, brother. But so we talked in length about Pat Eflin and how we thought that was a terrible signing. But I said it weeks. I think when Paradis went down, I said that Pat Eflin was going to be the center, and I also said it prior to that Pat Eflin could be the center of the future. Hence the longer term deal, right? I think he was all rookie team with the Vikings playing center, right? So that's what his true position is, center, not left guard. And I think
what are we doing?
I think it's a transition plan. I think if that's legit plan, it makes sense because you have Paradis.
Because Paradis is out for the season now, right?
He's out for the season, and he's on a final year his deal.
Oh yeah, so
it makes sense.
Now we're gonna have him groomed as a center with Cam back. It's kind of perfect transition.
It makes complete sense if that was the plan. Now, if they wanted to stick Pat Eflin at left guard, no bueno. But I think they wanted him to get out there and get some experience. But I think Michael Jordan could be one. And this is the run blocking grades. Again, decent run blocking grades. This is the pass blocking grades. So you look at Michael Jordan.
Mike is out here.
That's prime MJ right there.
Man.
That's NBA Finals MVP Michael Jordan right there. 0 hurries allowed.
I want to be like Mike.
That dude had his Wheaties, fam. He had his Wheaties, B. But shout out to Dennis Daly, man. Dennis Daly played decent. He had the 2 penalties on that drive, that one drive that kind of killed us. But outside of that, man, Dennis Daly had a
Jordan is a mauler, fam.
And just remember with Dennis Daly, played left tackle with Dave's Cox, with the Gamecocks. So he's pause. He's played left tackle before. So this isn't nothing new. He's done it in the past. So can we get this offensive? Is this going to be the offensive line moving forward?
I think it is, Joe. This might be it. But I think Cam Irvin is probably going to get the left tackle job back when he's healthy. But I think this is, I don't know. I don't see a scenario where Dennis Daly keeps the job, unfortunately, even if he keeps playing like this.
I got something coming, Mason. Mason, pause again. Mason, I'm gonna do some more college prospects. They on the way. I've been loafing a little bit, but yeah, I got y'all. But yeah, man. Listen, I think if we can keep Cam, like moving forward, we keep Cam around, we a couple offensive line picks away. If we can maintain everything else, we a couple offensive line picks away from being a solid team, fam. A solid team. But we'll see. All right. Here's the sack counter. Hassan Reddick,
Yo,
9.5 sacks right now.
yo, Brian,
You got
shout
to
out
put
to
it on
Lucci.
layaway.
Yo, shout out to Lucci. Might will get that layaway popping, bro.
Put the card on layaway, fam. This is
And
a
by the
wrap.
way, let's be clear. 6 sacks isn't bad. Like, that's not bad.
All right, Dave,
9
let's
games
keep
in.
it a buck though. I'm a
11 games in.
little
10
disappointed.
games in.
I'm a little disappointed. I thought Brian Burns was gonna have more sacks than this. I'm a little disappointed, and he's been close. He's been close.
But fam, in 10 games to have 6 sacks, that's not bad.
It's not
With 7
bad,
games
but
to go.
I had higher expectations. You just don't want Lucci to hem you up. That's all.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Like, the man had 2 sacks, then I would be in his ass. But 6 ain't
Pause,
bad.
Dave.
It's just
pause, man.
Pause. We might have to change the name of this. We have to change the name of the acronym from Panther Nation Podcast to the Pause Panther Nation Pause. But so but the bottom line is 6 sacks ain't terrible. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and Carlos
and
is
he does
absolutely
lead the
right.
team in QB pressures.
He does lead the team in pressures. He's got 31 pressures, and I think Hassan Reddick has 28. I think Brian Burns is close. Like he had one.
He had a couple that he should have had.
He had one, and you see he was frustrated. Hassan cleaned it up for him and ended up getting
he got to have a sack for that one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's unfortunate, man. Hopefully Brian Burns gets something to click. Maybe some of that attention shifts to Hassan and then frees up Brian Burns to get some more sacks. But
because Brian's doing his job. Like, I mean, it's not a bad thing if somebody else is benefiting from it. You know what I'm saying? And if Hassan's benefiting from the pressures that he's getting, so be it. That means he's doing his job. And to still have 6 sacks.
They might need to switch that up. Good. They might need to switch. Somebody might need to double up Hassan because he's cooking right now.
Nah, because then you got Brian Burns out there, man.
Yep, and pressures do matter. This is correct. Pressures do matter. Pressures absolutely matter. So I'm just still a little disappointed in the sacks. I thought he was gonna have more sacks. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more interesting. Hassan's running away with it. We still got 7 games. We still got 7 games. Hassan running away with this thing right now. He's running away with it. But all right.
I'm telling you, for our cap sake, you better hope that Brian Burns catches up, get this number closer. Because otherwise, man, we'll be paying this man $20 million a year to play edge rusher.
Fact.
That's the going rate. If that man has 20 sacks, that's the going rate, bro.
It is. All right. Let's move on. Real quick conversation on David Tepper. Are people starting to lighten up on David Tepper? Because it was said that Stephon Gilmore wanted the number 1. David Tepper stepped in and said, "Nah, we ain't gonna do that because out of respect for Cam." This is before Cam was even thought of coming back to the Panthers. Is Mr. Tepper starting to earn some more cool points from the fans for this?
Oh yeah. And now you start to question who wanted Bridgewater and Darnold too. Like, I think I know who wanted Bridgewater, but you start questioning who really wanted Darnold. I don't think Tepper. I'm starting to think that Tepper didn't wanted Darnold. I think there was other folks who wanted Darnold. I think the coaching staff wanted Darnold more than Tepper wanted Darnold. That's my opinion.
No, I don't disagree. Especially when you hear about some of the situations with that was put out there with we're gonna do it my way now. We went out and got Cam. In regards to discussion with Matt Rhule. So I don't know. But another thing up here which was interesting. These screenshots are out of Ian Rappaport's NFL.com article that he put out. He said that in regards to accountability, this is Cam saying he wants direct communication and accountability, bro. Like, so we're talking head coach, the front office, the owner. He wants complete transparency. And he appreciated that with the Patriots, right? Mm-hmm. The Patriots gave him that. And so that's what he expects out of Carolina Panthers moving forward. What are your thoughts on that, Dave? I thought that was rather telling.
Yeah.
Rather telling.
Yeah, because look how he got released. Yeah. Right? Like they released him on a text message. He felt like he got released via a text, fam. So, nah, I get it, and that was one thing. Like he didn't have he understood what happened in New England is what happened in New England. He had no bad blood because it's a respect thing. Like, if you got to make a tough decision, man up and be willing to make that tough decision. I think that's what it ultimately boiled down to for him. So yeah, you gotta be able to communicate with your guys. So you can't knock him for that. Can't knock him for that.
And then they talk about Sam Darnold's $18.8 million, which is fully guaranteed, and the Panthers do not plan to give up on him. They like what he did the first 3 games. They want to know if that part of his play, and they know part of his play last few weeks was due to injury. So they're blaming the injury on the past few weeks' play, and they plan to bring him back and see what happens.
He wasn't hurt in the Giants game.
I'm just reporting news.
He wasn't hurt in the Giants game. He wasn't hurt in the Giants game. He wasn't hurt in the Cowboys game. He wasn't hurt. He didn't get hurt until the Atlanta game. And he won that game. So in essence, he only played hurt 2 games. And he was 1-1 in the games where he got hurt. He lost the other 3 games, 4 games.
But as of right now, they appear to be sticking with Sam.
But they got to, because releasing him is futile. But then it goes back to the whole discussion of how much Cam gonna get. There's no way you're gonna there's no way you're gonna pay Cam less than what he's making. There's no way. No way, no how. Maybe you can do some cap magic.
I don't got the answers right now. We got to see how Cam plays, how he finishes out the season, how he's used. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
This fan base will lose their shit. Even if Cam plays bad, this fan base would lose their shit if Sam Darnold's trot out there at the start of week 1 next year.
Nobody's saying that, Dave. Nobody's saying that. They're just saying he's coming back to see what happens.
The Panthers do not plan to give up on him. They liked what he did in the first 3 games, and they know that part of his play the last few weeks was due to injury.
Keep reading.
They plan to bring him back and see what happens.
And see what happens. That's the operative words. We'll see what happens. Nobody's saying that Sam Darnold's going to be a week 1 starter, bro. That's not happening.
The fact that they're bringing his ass back.
They have to. You just said they have to.
He can have to
bring him back.
He can have to be on the bench. He can sit on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. But he's going to be there. But I think that listen, I think Cam's going to play a great season the rest of the season. Both sides wanted a long-term deal. They're going to get it done. Cam is going to be a Carolina Panther next year. I have no doubts in that. How much he gets paid, I don't have the answer for that just yet. But I have no doubt that Cam will be back next year. Whatever happens with Sam happens with Sam.
I hate to inform you, but trading him is meaningless because we're going to have to pay him regardless. We're going to have to own that because it's fully guaranteed. So if you're going to have to pay the $18.8 million, you might as well keep him on the roster.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
You're gonna
have to eat that. You're gonna have to eat that regardless.
Yeah, you're gonna have to eat it. You can do some cat magic. Aaron from Unnecessary Buttons you can refinance the lemon. But real talk though, let me cut him some slack because I do think that if you bring him in as a backup, it's not a bad idea. If you want to keep him as a backup, I don't mind restructuring that deal. But at the same time, when you restructure that deal, he may want to ask for some extra money and extend them and go through an extension process. That's some negotiation that they're gonna have to work out. But as a backup, it could happen. But I don't see him restructuring and then not asking for new money. We'll see. And I think this is exactly right. But PJ, we have the rights to his contract. He's a restricted free agent. So PJ's coming back, and that's where it gets complicated, right? Because PJ's going to come back. PJ's coming back to be the backup.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
So, all right. So let's move on. Dave, here's the upcoming schedule. We lost to the Patriots. We beat the Cardinals. We got 2 more games, and again, we said this stretch was important, especially when it comes to the playoffs. We talking about playoffs. Is the standings are out. We're currently in the last wild card spot. and we gotta win. We gotta win these games, bro, to control our own destiny. So we got 2 more games coming up. We got the football team and we got Miami. Football team did just beat Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so this is not going to be a cakewalk. I think this game is going to be much tougher than the Cardinals game. And I think that, yes, Chase Young is out. That's a big loss for them.
Torn ACL, man. I feel for the
torn
kid.
ACL. Yep.
That's rough.
We're gonna preview this game with full press coverage. This preview is gonna happen tomorrow at 8:00. So tomorrow 8:00, join us on this preview. It's gonna be great, and we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk Ron Rivera, and I got the most important question of the damn show, Dave. When the hell are they gonna get a damn mascot? When are they gonna get a team name?
They down to 5. Supposedly they're down to 5 choices, I believe.
I need to know the real answers.
I joined the spaces about it, and I told them my opinion on it. I think it's a no-brainer what this should be. We'll get into that tomorrow.
The Warriors?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, you thinking about the I know where you're going.
Which one you think it is?
What wasn't it? What, the Red Tails? Is that it?
The Red Wolves. They should be the Red Wolves. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know
No
about
brainer.
that. That's
the Red Wolves. That's one of those finalists. Like it's a no brainer. You can keep you could say HTTR. You can get rid of WTF. Like you can keep HTTR. The song will still work with Red Wolves. You can have some dope joints going up in your stadium, howling and shit. Like you could make that shit work, and you can keep the colors the way that they are. Like you can.
Well, I don't think the colors they're gonna change no matter what the mascot is. You can make a mascot work with any color.
Yeah, that's true. But my point is that like Red Wolves, keep the red going. Like,
nah, this ain't appropriate, man. This is real bullets in DC. This not appropriate.
Well, that's why the NBA had to change the name, right?
Exactly. Nah, they let the bullets fly in Southeast, dog. I've been down there, so nah, that ain't gonna work. But all right, here are the NFC South standings. We are currently ahead of the Falcons. Haven't seen my man's in here, Atlanta Falcons. He been.
No, he in there.
Is he in here? My bad.
He been in there earlier. He was in there earlier.
Respect to him because he show up every week. 5-5. We're at 500, and again, we control our own destiny. Tampa. If we beat Tampa twice, division is ours.
If we run the table, we win the division.
Facts.
I don't think that's happening, but if we run the table, we run.
Anything can happen right now, Dave.
Anything can happen, but.
All right, and I didn't have the slide up here, but we are 7th in the wild card in the playoff standings, so we have the last wild card spot. All right, so let's get these calls.
One thing about that final wild card spot, keep an eye on the Vikings. That loss is gonna because if we end up tied for 7th with they did. If we end up tied for 7th with the Vikings, we could potentially lose the tiebreaker if it's just us two because of the head-to-head matchup. So keep an eye on what the Vikings are doing because that would scare me. Like I think that's the only team,
W's, bro.
That's why we got to keep winning because that's the only team that legitimately has a chance to get into the wild card hunt that I'm scared of. Everybody else that we lost to, like the Eagles, the Giants, they're not in that realm. Dallas is going to win the division, so I'm not worried about them. But that makes this Washington game more important too. By the way, we have to beat Washington. We got to keep winning in the conference. So critical.
All right, let me see who's here. Can you hear that, Dave?
No.
Noli, what's good, bro? Can you hear Dave?
No, I can't hear nothing.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me hold on, Noli. Give me 1 second. I gotta stop sharing and reshare.
Yo, I'm out here sweating on this fantasy situation right now, bro.
Damn, man. All right, give me 1 second. 1 second.
Do.
All right, how about
Grambling Stay fired their coach.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Can you hear
me? Can you hear me?
No, he can't hear you, Dave.
Damn it!
But can you hear?
Yeah.
All right,
I can hear you.
Go ahead, Noli.
You can hear me?
Yeah. It's just want to say, man, what a difference a week makes. I don't think I've ever seen a season turn around like this before. I mean, just down in the dumps and then to I'm still trying to process it because it's truly just been like an emotional roller coaster. Thinking like, the season was over, and just thinking where we were. I mean, I even forgot the impact Cam had. And yeah, I'm thrilled. I can finally watch the games with my full attention. I ain't gonna lie, I've been, on the Giants game, I went to Best Buy at the third quarter. Past couple games, I've been cooking, doing errands and whatnot. So finally full attention. I just feel like this has a chance to be truly special. I think with Cam, I'm not saying it has to be this year, but with Cam and a couple more moves, I think the Super Bowl window is open, and that's crazy to think about. I guess my question to you guys is, where does Matt Rhule fit into this equation? Because Dave was talking about, and I agreed with him, we think Matt Rhule's going to run back to college, but how does he fit into this equation? Because we know with college coaches, everything they say goes. And he's losing power with the hire Scott Fitterer and Dan Morgan. And we already know what Tepper likes to do. Where does Matt Rhule fit into this equation? Because I agree with Slim. This feels like he's just along for the ride, but David Tepper can't fire him if we're winning games and he wants to stay. So I guess my question to you, Dave, and Rashad too, is where does Matt Rhule fit into the equation going forward? And I'm very interested to see that, because I don't think Tepper can fire him if we make the playoffs, which I think we will. And what if he wants to stay? Like, how does that work? Because I'm still not sold on Matt Rhule, the coach, quite yet. So I'll just take it off with that. I appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. Dave, you want to take that? You want to answer that question?
So like, for those who don't know, because it's been a lot of discussions about this. I think prior to the Cam signing, I felt like Rhule could be out of here. Like, Rhule could be fired if he didn't win at least 6 games. And it doesn't look like we're going to have that issue, because we're going to win more than 6 games. Like, I think worst case scenario at this point is 8-9, 9-8. So from that standpoint, I think that.
Jared.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
Accept.
Yeah. So I think from that standpoint, I think from that standpoint, we're in a good spot. But I don't think Rhule is going to be leaving unless he makes a decision to go to college. And I don't think he's going to be going to college unless the right job pops up. Like, I don't think he's just going to go to any college job. I think there's probably only one job he probably will leave Carolina for, and that's Penn State. I don't think he would leave for any other job other than Penn State. So I think Rhule's going to run with this, man. Like, I think Rhule is going to grow out of this. Like, Rivera had his growth moment. I mean, sometimes your growth moment gets pushed by other people, and this might have been one of those moments. So we'll see how this goes, man. I mean, if they make the playoffs this year, I don't think Rhule's going to be out here trying to look for another job to get out of here. I think it's got to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we got to miss the playoffs for it to be an option for him to go to college at this point. I think if we make the playoffs, he's coming back for another year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Matt Rhule's going anywhere. Especially if we making the run, the momentum is changing. Yeah. I don't think Matt Rhule's going anywhere. I don't. I know
there's still portions of the fan base that, regardless of what happens, still want him gone. But I think at this point, Tepper's not going to move him. I think the only way it's going to happen is that he makes a move on college, and I don't think he's going to make a move on college if the team's successful this year. That would be foolish on his end, in my opinion. But
facts. All right, let's get to Jared. Jared, again, he represents. I told y'all what he represents earlier. Jared, how does it feel to have Cam Newton back in Carolina, bro?
Hey, Twitter GMs, we up. We've been screaming for Cam since they cut him. I've been a Carolina Panthers fan ever since Smitty ran that kick return back against the Vikings. But my true love for the Carolina Panthers came whenever we drafted Cam Newton. I remember sitting in the living room with my mom, and everybody was talking about who should go first in that draft. And she was like, I don't think we would draft a black quarterback, unfortunately. And I was like, I didn't understand at that point what she meant, because I didn't go through the Warren Moon era. I didn't go through those eras of quarterbacks being seen than less than white quarterbacks. But we were sitting in the living room, and when we finally drafted Cam, like she screamed and ran through the house just because we drafted a black quarterback. And that is like the fondest memory I have of us finally getting that quarterback that we can relate to, talks like us. He's a 6'5", 250-pound quarterback who can run a 4.5, but he is so relatable to so many people. Like, that's the thing about Cam. Like, he talks like us, walks like us, dressed like us.
He looks like us.
And he is so, it looks like us, and he is so relatable. Like, whenever he grew his hair out, like, we loved it. Like, all the Cam fans, we loved it because he finally began to become more of himself after Jerry Richardson was put out the paint.
Yep.
And seeing him come back, it's like one of those Cinderella stories, honestly. Seeing him come back yesterday, first snap, runs it in for a touchdown. Seeing how happy you and Dave were on the on the live video yesterday.
It was lit, bro.
Taking the shots. Lit yesterday, seeing y'all take the shots, and then he comes back out again, and you guys were like dreading it. You're like, oh. You gonna get 3 more of these things? Like,
facts. It was about it was looking real bad. Yo, the 2 shots came quick. It was looking real bad early.
I was sitting nice, yo.
I
was sitting nice.
I think Matt Rhule was thinking about everybody who's got bets on that type of stuff. Like, I wonder if people betting on how many touchdowns Cam gonna get. Let me slow him down in the second half.
Right.
But it was a great feeling to see him back. How happy he is. Like, as soon as he came back, everybody's just drawn towards him. Like, he's a true leader. Like, he has that charisma and that leadership that people are just drawn to. And Sam didn't have that. Like, I'm not going to fault him for it. Like, that's something that you're born with.
Yeah,
like, you're born with that type of charisma and leadership. Like, Sam just doesn't have that.
No, Sam ain't got nothing. And it's a complete, and like you said, the energy is different. And he just brings so much. It's just different. Like, the dude just brings so much. I mean, look at our YouTube. Like, our YouTube, he's affected the YouTube economy, fam. Like, we got a boost for Cam coming back to Carolina. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you look at the microeconomics or macroeconomics of what's happening with Cam Newton and what he does to this fan base, like, I've seen people that I haven't seen on our streams in years back now. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous what's going on right now. And the energy's palpable, man. It's palpable.
Like, he's great for the city. Like, they showed that picture of people hanging his jersey from the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Like a welcome home ceremony almost. Like, if we were allowed to, we probably would have threw a parade down Mint Street.
Facts. Oh, we was gonna throw a parade. We was gonna throw a parade for the whole opposite reason. Because we was about to start organizing. They said, "Nah, fam, we gotta bring Cam back."
Nah, we can't have that. We can't have that.
Yeah, we was definitely about to organize. It was about to be a parade down Mint for a whole nother reason.
Hey, absolutely. But it's a beautiful thing having him home. I'm glad Tep made that decision. Took it out of Rhule's hands pretty much. Because we were going down a dark path, honestly.
It was bad.
Like, there's a lot of us who just weren't interested in football because we were going to get the same results over and over and over again. Being a fan, it can be an emotionally draining thing. Because, like, last year, watching those 8 game-winning drives we had and not being able to capitalize off of them, and then seeing that they had faith in Sam Darnold this year. And some of us, we got hyped up those first 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Me
even though it was just less, like, you know, because we haven't seen a win in forever. So, of course, we got hyped, you know. But as soon as it started going downhill, like, I was like, oh, man, we need something else in here. Honestly, we definitely need something else in here because the energy wasn't right. Like Cam said, Robby's energy was off. But you notice how Robby plays better with Teddy, PJ, and Cam.
We ain't ready for that. That's
there's a deep, dark connect.
Darker criminal link, man.
For sure. That's a different energy, bro.
We ain't gonna talk about.
You don't have to imply. You don't have to imply. It is what it is. It just is what it is. It is what it is.
Right. I find that very interesting because he tried to escape Sam and then they brought him right back. But that's all I got, man. I'm just
it's good. I'm happy. Like, and the biggest thing, I'm happy to see everybody else happy. Right? There was a whole, like, listen, Panthers Twitter can be draining and it can be exhausting at times. Like, I don't really get into it. I don't really get into all the arguments and whatnot and all the debates. I try not to anyway. but it can be real exhausting. And right now, you see the complete opposite. Like it's refreshing to see everybody on the same page, bro. And it's just dope. It's just dope to me right now. This is good energy. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm happy everybody's happy.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Thanks for calling in, man.
Hey, keep pausing.
I
like y'all later.
Yo, that's funny. All
Sure,
right, bro.
peace, man.
All right, bro.
Let me tell you something, man.
Oh, that's funny.
The plight of the black quarterback has always been intriguing to me because I remember the folks that wanted Gabbert over this guy. And from a talent standpoint, you know, and I'll be honest, prior to him being drafted by Carolina, I wasn't a big Cam Newton guy, but I had everything to do with my Gamecock fandom than anything else.
Dave likes the Cox.
No, dog. There was only one chance we had to win the damn SEC, and Cam Newton took that shit away in 2 games that season. One when we played him during the season, and then the second one in the SEC championship where he made it look easy. So, you know, he cost the South Carolina Gamecocks from winning the SEC in college football. So, but, Cam is, you know, I think there was a lot of people that didn't think Richardson would pull the trigger on Cam. I think everybody wanted Andrew Luck. And then when Andrew Luck went there, I didn't think they wanted Cam.
He went back.
When he decided to go back to Stanford, a lot of folks wasn't was for getting Cam. And to think, we knew that Buffalo would have took him at 3 if we wouldn't taken him. So
hey, bro, you got to follow some new people, man. I don't see none of that.
No, I don't either.
I don't see none of that.
I saw one tweet, but then I ended up replying to somebody that just tweeted it.
Dog, it's in the minority, man. Like it's in the minority. We had a couple people comment saying Cam ain't it. It's a couple people, but it's really that's the minority. You got to follow new people, bro. Get your circle, change your circle, dog. Change your circle.
They hang certain flags on their vehicles, bro.
You change your circle. Nah, that's cap. I'm here, bro. I'm here in Charlotte. You might if you find
the bulk of the community loves the
change your circle, fam. Change your circle. I don't see it. I see it. It's in the minority, bro. It's in the minority. Change your circle, dog. You see it, but it ain't dominating. Like it's not dominating my timeline. Change your circle, dog. I'm here. We here. We live. We in Charlotte, bro. It's lit. It's lit in the Carolinas right now. But Dave, I do got a question. See, I stopped the calls because I do have a question. Are we too excited right now?
No.
Do we need to pump the brakes?
No. You want to know why? If there were 2 games that we're going to win with Sam Darnold, it's the next ones. Like we thought Sam Darnold could beat Washington and Miami.
True.
So, and Atlanta again. So, no. If I thought Sam Darnold could do it, then PJ could do it. Cam definitely can do it. We should be able to win the next 3 games.
Yo, what, dog? And I'm trying to keep positive.
I mean, we can play some stats, man. We can talk about the fact that Cam Newton's never lost to Tom Brady. We can have that discussion. Like, we can have that discussion if you like. So we can have that talk. I mean, we could talk about we talked about how Washington beat up on Tampa Bay, but the truth, if you want to keep it a buck, Ron Rivera has never lost to Tom Brady in the regular season. Ron Rivera has never lost to Tom Brady in the regular season.
And Cam Newton is undefeated against Tom Brady too.
Cam Newton is undefeated against Tom Brady as well. So if you really want to keep it a buck, I mean, there you go. Like we could beat Tampa, and we have the type of defense that will give Tom Brady fits.
So Dave, and we got to talk about the hypothetical, right? Because we talking playoffs. We're talking a lot of. We know this defense is playoff ready. We know this offense can be different with Cam. Dog, if this dude pulls a LeBron and brings the title back to Charlotte, that would be insane. You can't like he keeps saying.
I'll be at the parade. I'll tell you that.
Like he keeps saying, you couldn't. But what he say? You can't tell this lie. You wouldn't believe this if I told you it, whatever Cam is saying.
Yeah, he said something.
Or you can't make up a lie better than this or something like that.
Yeah, you can make up a lie better than this.
But yo, like fam, it's crazy. If he brings a chip back to Carolina, bro, it would be insane, bro. Like
and J.C. Horn might be. And by the way, J.C. Horn might be ready if they make the playoffs.
He could be back. He could be back, bro. Like this is insane, man. This. There you go. You could make up a lot. Is good. Yeah. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, but yo, it's ridiculous, man. So let me ask you this, Dave. Is there a team right now you're afraid of? Like realistically, like the way this team is playing. And I got. Let me say this before you say something. Now our defense has looked really good against these bum quarterbacks. We talk about that too. Phil Snow has been able to confuse these young quarterbacks, these inexperienced quarterbacks. But when it comes to the more veteran quarterbacks, i.e., Kirk Cousins gave it to us a little bit. And
yeah, but there was
those veteran quarterbacks.
There was some turnovers in that game.
Fair enough, but I'm just saying the defense did get they got caught up a little bit.
Same goes for Dallas.
Exactly. Dallas
but my point is that all those games where our defense struggled, we also had a lot of turnovers. So, like, I mean, that matters too, bro. If the defense got to keep coming out there, gassing your defense up a bit, that can happen.
Fair. Yep.
So,
right.
so like, I can't. I'm not ready to go that route. But does a team in the NFC scares me? No, they don't. None of them.
I don't think there's a team in NFC. Like, you got the Rams getting their ass kicked right now.
They're getting destroyed. It's 30-7.
And even the real talk, and I'm just talking my shit, but Arizona with Kyler don't scare me. Like Arizona with Kyler and D-Hop didn't scare. We whooped their ass last year with both of them playing.
Yeah,
and that's with a mediocre defense. This defense is way better than that now. So they don't really scare me like that. You know, I'm more impressed with what our offense did against them.
So like the same pundits that wouldn't give us credit for that Arizona win, that Arizona that just broke the brakes off of San Francisco with those same guys.
Facts.
Is San Fran is beating the brakes out of the Rams. The brakes.
I said that in the creators group. I better get some plea. I better get, because everybody was calling San Francisco trash. I told you they was good. Or I didn't say they were good, but I said they're not a terrible team. And that's why I was nervous with the Arizona game, because Arizona beat the brakes off of them. So, and them saying Rams beat the Bucks, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, dude, the NFC is open. Anybody can win that shit.
It is open.
It's
open.
That shit is open for business. For business.
Buffalo's in the AFC, and we're gonna have to see them. We're gonna see.
That no, they're not. I don't. Yo, real talk. You want to have a discussion about? Y'all want to have a discussion about the AFC?
I mean, they got beat by Miami. That's a division game too, though.
Y'all want to have a discussion about the AFC? We can have a discussion about the AFC. No, Buffalo lost to Jacksonville, bro.
Oh, Jacksonville, my fault.
Yeah.
My bad. That's not a division game. My bad.
If y'all want to have a discussion about the AFC, we can have a quick discussion about the AFC. I can't believe I'm saying this shit, bro. New England looks good, fam. They look good. They look good. Their defense is ready too. They look good. And I'm not trying to say that because I live up here. They look good. And the Chiefs are starting to hit their stride a bit.
Yeah, Chiefs are starting to get it together.
Chiefs are starting to hit their stride a little bit. You know what I'm saying? AFC is going to get interesting too, bro. Chiefs leading the division now. So I think Buffalo's only hope is they get home field advantage. But now I'm starting to question whether or not they're going to even win the East. New England's looking good. So it'll get interesting.
It is. All right, Dave, we got anything else?
Yo, dog, I wouldn't be mad at this.
Dog, that would be so
wouldn't be mad at that.
Man,
epic.
That'd be crazy.
Insane.
That'd be crazy.
This is the Super Bowl I wanted in 50, by the way. Just to be clear, this is the Super Bowl I wanted in 50. I had my reasons. All due respect to the people who watch this show, but I watch a lot more football than most. And let me tell y'all something. I didn't want no parts of Denver that year.
Yeah, nobody wanted parts of Denver.
I didn't want no parts of Denver that year. The playoffs, it changes a bit, man. it's more important to have a full team, and it's also more important to have a pretty damn good defense, which I don't think nobody wants to see us in the playoffs if our defense keeps playing like this.
And we get healthy.
And we get healthy. Nobody wants to see us in the playoffs, bro. They don't.
Yeah, defense travels.
It does.
That's what they say. Defense travels.
Defense
Dave,
and run games travel.
That's a fact. All right, Dave. So we're gonna get up out of here, man. This is fun. Cam is back. We're having fun. We're gonna see y'all back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna preview the game, the Washington football team game against with George Carmi. George Carmi has his own network. He used to work for SI. Now has his own network called, what is it called? Full Press Coverage. I said it earlier. Full Press Coverage. So George Carmi from Full Press Coverage has his own network. Cool dude. So we'll be linking up with him tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Make sure y'all join us. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that stuff, man. I got that signed Cam mini helmet we're going to give away once we hit 15K. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, PNP where it's at. And if you want a Cam jersey, I'm going to go back there on Wednesday. They might be gone, but I'm going to go back on Wednesday, find a way to hit me up, and we'll talk. All right. Anything else? Like, subscribe. Dave, we getting up out of here.
Now let's go ahead and close
Peace
it out,
out,
man.
y'all.
It's been real.
Keep pounding, man. Keep pounding. This is fun.
Man.
Keep pounding.